and selamat datang. What you're seeing is a sad tragedy unfolding, as you can see. Melting dough that's going to result in a bowl or a pot of flour. I've been working on this dumpling series for the last couple of 4 months, in fact, since I started the channel. And unfortunately, this video is going to show a lot of the failures that I went through, and to see how or the kind of torture that I subjected all this to. But stay with us, and the ultimate goal of this is to show you all the failures, so you don't have to do it when you're looking for a way to find a dumpling replacement, which is ultimately the goal that I aim to aspire to. Do I achieve it or not? We will find out in our next pair of videos. So the first dough we're going to use is this strudel teig, or some they call it strudel dough, but this is actually more a phyllo type of dough, so this is maybe a false misnomer. This costed about €2.40 for roughly 300 grams. 300 grams. So this is the how it looks like. So phyllo dough definitely looks promising. We're just going to cut it up, pre-cut some here. I've got vegetarian dumpling filling ready. This is celery, carrots, fungus, soy balls, soy puffs, mixed in a marinade of sesame oil, Sichuan pepper powder, mushroom powder, salt, sesame oil, and some Maggi sauce. So we're just going to cut up the skin to this size, and you can see it looks almost like wonton skin. It is in fact wonton skin. And then we can start wrapping after this. So considering we are not great at wrapping jiaozi or dumplings or whatever, we're just going to eyeball it and try it. We cut it in this square rolls, so we're just going to try and make it into some sort of wonton. So I just lubricate the sides and wrap it up. Just do whichever comes naturally to you. This will work either way. I mean, looking at, and you may wonder why not just buy wonton skin. The biggest issue for me personally with wonton skin is mainly that if you can't finish it, then what do you do with the rest? Because keeping it in a taut in the fridge is always going to be an issue, and it has a tendency to melt, at least for me. So to bind it and stick it, to seal it, we're just going to make a small glue, a little glue mixture from cornstarch. Yeah, this should be enough. And I'm just going to glue it, otherwise it'll open up probably during the boiling process, which we're going to boil it with. So we've got a bunch that we're going to go boil it in water now. I've got water coming to a boil. I didn't use up the whole skins. We're going to use something else and do something else with them. It's not easy for sure, but I think as a replacement for wonton skin, it's not ideal either. But in a pinch it will work for wonton. Jiaozi, I'm not so sure. So the final result of this is, it looks good. It feels okay, but as you can see, didn't turn out okay. So it broke mostly. It wasn't strong enough to hold it, as you can see from the result. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make hand-torn noodles with this instead, and I think that will work better. So I'm just going to dump all this in, dump my fillings in, and then just throw this in like a kind of fast bun. I think this will work quite well for that. So I'm just going to do that, and then you'll end up with cooked sheets. And I'm just going to add some water and put all of our stuff in so they get mixed together, and then they get some texture and flavor. While I'm doing that, that's what I'm going to end up with. So let's see. But there's so much for the phyllo or pastry dough that we have. So let's move on to the next one. So the next candidate for dumpling substitute is lasagna skin, and I just want lasagna sheet actually, and this one has been or was soaking for at least 1 hour before I drained the water, because I think it was soft enough, and as you can see, it's super soft and it's transparent as well. Well, not transparent, but very see-through. So I'm just going to go fill it up. Not so much stuff, just a tad bit, because I'm curious how this would do. As I don't know if you are curious, but yeah, try not to have any nightmare thoughts of what I'm doing with pasta. So I have no idea how to wrap it up, so I'm just going to tear it a bit. And yeah, just do a quick, easy, simple, like wonton style wrap. The benefit of them still being a tad bit sticky is that, yeah, it should be, they should be able to hold firm during the boiling process. So I'm just going to put them into my boiling water that I've got other pasta sheets in, actually, if you notice, and those I was testing either soaking. Whoa, that's not good. Either soaking it or putting it in boiling, and yeah, as you can see, it opened, so that's obviously not a good sign. So yeah, I need to figure out how to get it to close, to seal. I was probably too lax there, so don't mind me, but lesson learned. Mind how you seal your dumplings. So I need to go back to doing this and to take it seriously. I hope I will this time. I will try and make sure I close it and seal up the tights. So yeah, I'll do this and then we'll get back to seeing how it performs. So just bear with me while I close this up. And yeah, thing for you to listen, to learn from me. Make sure you seal up and use the stickiness from the dough to seal it properly. Let's try this again. So this has been boiling for a while and I tested the lasagna sheets just now. It's still not soft enough to wrap, so I'm leaving it there for a while. Trying not to cook it, just get it soft to the point where it's pliable, similar to the dried one. And actually in early conclusions, it would seem that if you soak the lasagna sheets, that would work just fine. And look at this result. I mean, it's quite transparent. If you ignore the one that the second one that I made that basically broke, that's also okay. But the one that I held, yeah, I'm quite impressed. Of course, the proof is in the eating, and my wife will be the judge of that. So I'm going to let her see how that goes. I'm going to see if I can get one of these parboiled ones as well there. Yep, this one feels okay. So I'm just going to do get this one to see if I can get it ready for her to test as well. So I've got one of these parboiled ones, and just from touching it, I can kind of tell that sealing this is going to be a problem. And yeah, that's because when it's parboiled or cooked a bit more, obviously it loses some starch, so the stickiness of the pasta has gone down. So maybe this will work fine for lasagna, but honestly speaking, I don't think this is going to work, because if you look at it, it's just breaking apart. So I might as well not waste that. So yeah, I'm going to serve the ones that I've cooked already to my wife, and let's see what her final result is. So my wife's conclusion was kind of, but because her point of view was it's still somehow a bit too thick. So she did suggest though that perhaps we should try and roll it out, which I can't do now because I mistakenly made the mistake of throwing in my last soaked one in there. So, but what I think could work, and I'll try it out and I'll show you next time I do this. So please wait for a while. Is to roll it out after it's soaked, and that could help. So let's try that and see if we can do it. The next store-bought dough that I've been looking at is this one called Hefferteig, which is basically a yeast type of dough. This one's mainly for sweet applications, as you can see. It says Jesus. Although it has butter, which is actually the reason why I bought it. I actually didn't see the sweet portion, but yeah, that was my mistake. So we'll try and I don't know if I have too much filling in here, but we'll try and wrap some up and see what we end up with. Yeah, I mean, I think this will work. Yeah, I would not go with boiling this because I was doing some research on this dough, and yes, although you can boil it, yeah, it's basically eating bread in water or dumplings in water. So I mean, the Western type of dumplings, not not the Chinese style dumplings, which is obviously what we're trying to do. But yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up like that. It folds. It's remarkably okay. It's very similar to the blatter teig that you remember. But I would like to cook this separately. So I'm just going to wrap a couple more. And then we're going to try and cook them up and then see what we end up with them. I have to say though, after trying to look for numerous alternatives, maybe I'm overcomplicating it. Maybe I should just, buy a packet of one of these pre-stuffed tortellinis. There are a lot of similar types of Western pasta dumplings. All you need is just chili oil and vinegar, and that's it. Yeah. And I think this may just end up being the recommendation. Yeah, instead of trying to MacGyver it too much, just buy one of these pre-made packs. There are fresh ones, of course. You can buy the more expensive ones, but even these pre-made ones, yeah, they will do just fine because they are all made for it. Yeah. But I still want to test a couple of things. There are some other options, some other ideas. For example, pan-fried types that I'm thinking about. So maybe we can do something like that. But yeah, I mean, I would not try to MacGyver too much soup dumplings, as we have seen. That doesn't work too well. So maybe just do one of this. And am I giving up? Maybe, or maybe I'm just trying to use things for the best purposes that they can be used for. So yeah, depends on how you look at it. So yeah, that's one thing to think about. And I'm just going to stuff. Oh, that's a lot of carrots. Yeah. Well, I cooked this as an easy weeknight dinner. So that's it. I think until the next idea or the next experiment.